From the Mapleview Animal Hospital studios, this is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And we welcome you back to the WHTC Morning News for this Wednesday, June 17th. My name is Gary Stevens, and it's time now for A Farm Life with a Farm Wife. Presented by Farm Bureau Insurance Markup Agency at 477 Chicago Drive, just west of US 31 in Holland. Call Mark now for a quote at 396-5728. That's 396-5728. For Farm Bureau Insurance, Mark Hop Agency. And we are welcoming author and blogger Diane Loew to our Zoom connection this morning. Diane, good morning and welcome back to WHTC.
Good morning. How are you?
We are well, and we have a third person available to us today. Diane, would you please make the introduction and explain a little bit as to why we have a good man from the Holland Rescue Mission joining us today?
Sure. This is Frank, and he's from the Holland Rescue Mission. And I don't know if you remember, a few weeks, maybe a month or so ago, I started talking about the milk cooler program where we could get a cooler into missions and shelters. And I think there's about $500 worth of milk that went there. Well, the Holland Rescue Mission was one of them that I put in for and got it. So I thought we'd invite Frank on and find out how that's working for him and find out a little bit about the Holland Rescue Mission. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thanks for inviting us, Deb and Gary.
How you doing?
Doing very well, and we've already started our day here in the kitchen.
Good. Can you tell me a little bit about what goes on at the Holland Mission?
Yeah, the Holland Rescue Mission was founded in 1900 by a nice lady by the name of Nellie Churchford. And through the years, we've always been in the community helping with food, clothing, and shelter with those folks that need it. We've developed into a ministry here where we encompass not only feeding and sheltering people, but we also have our thrift stores. We have the Gateway Thrift Store, and we do a lot of other things as far as handing out to and helping other pantries that come to us to get some surplus food that we have on hand here.
Were you able to do dairy products before the cooler program came in?
One of the things that's a little bit critical about dairy products is that they have to be controlled by time and temperature. And so it's something that was very limited for us. Of course, we do that with our meal program here at the Rescue Mission. But those pantries that were coming to us for surplus food like milk and other produce and things like that, it was hard to get those kind of things to them because it was we do it all off our dock in the back of our food services there, and our cooler's a ways away. We did it, but it was a little bit awkward, and so that has been the real blessing to us because we have the cooler right on the dock now and the supplies that are available.
Okay. Now people can help fill that dairy, right? I mean, if they wanted to send you money or drop off some money, then you can go ahead and fill it up with more dairy products to pass out, right?
Yes, as you mentioned, we were able to fill it with about $500 worth of food that was sent to us to get the cooler started. And now that food certainly is all gone. We do offer donations, but we are looking for finances also to offset some of the cost of keeping the cooler full and continuing our services here to the community. Yes.
What would you say would be your biggest need right now for the mission?
Right now, we are a little bit low in our pantry, as all of us are. We depend so heavily in the spring on our Postal Service food drive. We partner with other agencies here in Holland, the Salvation Army and Community Action House, and without that food drive happening this year, our supplies are low, and so we're looking for really any good non-perishable food item. And now that we have the milk cooler, we're able to get even some of the perishable food items that are coming in and donated. Yes,
that's pretty cool. I think we need to remind ourselves that, while some of us are off enjoying Lake Michigan or going up north or whatever it is we're doing, having fun on vacation, that there are still people who are struggling and still have a need. So I'm hoping all of our listeners will kind of think about that, before they head out of town, maybe drop off some food for you or throw a check in the mail to you. Hunger doesn't stop and needs don't stop during any time of the year. So we hope everybody's enjoying their summer, but let's enjoy it even more by being a blessing to others and drop off some things for you.
Yes, thank you. And if you do care to make a check out to the mission, can be sent to 356 Fairbanks Avenue here in Holland. And if you want to earmark that check for the food services, you can write that right on the check and they'll make sure it gets to the right department. Yes.
Well, I'm kind of excited because I'm going to let you know about another program we got that's just starting. It's called Farmers to Families Food Box. And through the USDA and also through the UDIM, they're having food boxes. And we have a dairy box that we are going to be able to get to, like you, and other missions and things like that. And it's pretty cool. Each box that you can hand out to one of your people has 2 gallons of 2% milk, 2 14-ounce chocolate milk, 2 14-ounce strawberry milk, a 16-ounce sour cream, a 16-ounce onion dip, 24 ounces of cottage cheese, and 8 ounces of cream cheese. So that is going to be available. And if you or anybody else that's listening that has missions, let us know. If you can get rid of 1,000 boxes, they will deliver it to you. Prairie Farms is the dairy that's doing it, and they're in Clarksville. So if you are able to maybe partner with somebody else in Holland that does this, it doesn't have to be a nonprofit. There's ways, like schools are doing it, some other people are doing it. If you want to get in on that, let me know. And we can combine some of you and we can get some dairy products out to the people. And I think this is more than a one-time deal.
Yes, we are connected with them. In fact, our delivery comes this morning. And that's interesting that you bring that up, Diane. I want to thank you so much for your program because these kind of resources come, we didn't hear about the cooler program until one of our staff was listening to your program on his way to work. And this is another opportunity for us with the dairy boxes that we just started last week. And so we're getting about 100 of those boxes out into the community through our services here. That's
great. Yes. I always said, as long as God gives me this platform, I'm going to keep going. And apparently it's really fun to be used. It really is. I like to be a conduit. So if anybody is out there listening and you know of a place or you are part of a place that does this, send me a message on my Farm Wife Facebook page and we'll get you connected. And like Frank, you'll be able to enjoy some of this stuff and then pass that along to other people.
Yes, it's a real blessing.
Let me just add one thing, and for those who may not have caught up some of the earlier conversations Diane had with us in previous weeks, during the COVID-19 situation, dairy farmers had issues about supply, too much product and not getting it to market. And there were some fears that some dairy products are going to have to be washed down into the drain because people weren't buying it. The costs weren't going up. And Diane mentioned about the fact that donating it to nonprofits was a way to move the inventory without wasting the inventory. And it looks as if this is a good first step, not only here along the lakeshore, but hopefully, Diane, with other entities as well throughout the state.
Yeah, this goes through the whole state. I happen to, know the areas around here, and the people who contacted me were like Granville, a little bit up north here. And so we were able to help them out. But anybody, and that was a limited, they only had so many. And I was fortunate enough to get 3 coolers placed in the areas that I had submitted. But this other one that's coming, as far as I know, it's unlimited. So it's not like you get your name in and if you get picked, you're lucky. It's everybody has the opportunity to do that. And this is through the United Dairy Industry in Michigan. They're helping us and they facilitate a lot of things. And, like I said before, farmers are helpers. We want to help. We go out west, we take feed out there when there's been fires or floods and things like that. And we just want to be able to help where we can. And this is one area where we can connect with consumers, whether you're having, you know, a good day, a bad day. Sometimes life gets tough. I mean, especially as farmers, we know what that's like with all the low milk prices that we've had to deal with and the weather and things like that. So everybody goes through spells. So we just want to be able to help. And this is a really, really good one. So if you're interested in the Dairy Box program, just let me know and we'll be sure to try to figure it out. And make sure you check out the Holland Rescue. It's hollandrescue.org, right?
Yes. Yes.
And go on there, see what they're doing. Maybe something there fits you to be able to take off and go over there and help volunteer. I'm sure you always need some help, don't you?
Yes, if they'd like to volunteer, they can go online to that website and click on the volunteer button, and there's an application and some ideas of volunteer resources there. Yes.
And then the easiest thing for all of us to do is don't buy your coffee on your way to work, or cut back on the French fries, or do something and throw that money towards the Holland Rescue Mission and help somebody there that might be going hungry.
Yep, it's so much appreciated, and we are thankful for the loving, caring community that we live in.
Yeah, Holland's a great area.
With that, Diane Loew, want to thank you very much. As always, Frank Wilson from the Holland Rescue Mission as well for joining us today on WHTC's Morning News with the Farm Life, a Farm Life with a Farm Wife. And to get a hold of Diane, best way to do it through Facebook, A Farm Wife. And she'll be able to get to you and tell you more about what she is doing. Frank, Diane, thank you very much for joining us today on WHTC Morning News. Wish both of you well. And Diane, we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you very much. That is Diane Loew, along with Frank Wilson from the Holland Rescue Mission on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.